Hello and welcome to the current energy reading for twin flames for the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And then the current union energy I have centered here in this particular card, which is from the Crystal Angels Oracle by Doreen Virtue, and the rest of the cards featuring Archangel Michael are also from Doreen Virtue, originally the deck, and it's called the Angel Tarot, I think, right? Yeah, Angel Tarot cards. We have some really nice pink calcite. If you're into crystals, this is one of my favorite crystals ever. So I pulled it out today. Reminds me of like the feeling of just like candy. If you're into the like receiving the vibes of crystals, I picked up on the energy of this one right away when I first saw it a few years back for the first time, and it's one of my favorites ever since. And so it just felt really appropriate for the union energy going on. But we will start off, not with this card, we'll start off with the Divine Feminine and see what's going on for her, for perhaps you if you're watching this. So we have the 10 of Water, a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. This is a really reassuring message. So if you've been feeling any kind of lack in your consciousness about what it is that you have or that you're receiving right now, this is just a reminder that actually like good is coming to you, and to just choose to receive it and to feel the good also coming through your brothers and sisters, your friends and family, and so on and so forth. And just let that be enough for you, and let yourself really sink into the abundant feeling. We have a 10 of Water, and you can think of the expression like 10 out of 10. It also speaks to emotions. And it says right here, your emotional and material needs are met. And this also really reminds me of Mercury moving into Cancer right now. And Mercury is, among other things, but one of the very main things is that it's the planet of communication. And all communication originates from the divine, from source, right? And with that in Cancer, Cancer is the crab, associated with the moon, more feminine qualities, although obviously like that doesn't mean if you have a lot of planets in Cancer, or that you're a Cancer sun or rising, that you're feminine at all, but just things that we tend to associate that way, like the home space and domesticity and emotions also. And I mean, it's very watery, right? Like think about where the crab generally lives. I've seen crabs not live super close to the ocean when I've been like in other places. Like I think in Tahiti, I saw crabs other places. It was weird. But anyway, it wasn't that far from the ocean, I guess. Just feel into also we see the child, so it also speaks to the children and the inner child, and so emotional needs being met for your children, or even if you have pets, and again for your inner child too. So you can just embrace that truth right now. It feels really very nice and juicy. And we have a second card. And this card is a little bit closer to the kind of the joint union energy going on here. And it is the Queen of Water. And it says tender-hearted, empathic, patient, loving, and relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition, care for yourself and others. And this painting always reminds me of, is it Jiminy Cricket, or I think there's like a fairy in that movie. Anyway, it reminds me of that. But this is just kind of really playing right off of this card, 10 of water jumping to the Queen of water. And just remember that you are the queen of your reality, and that it's safe to develop that for yourself. And that's really attractive to your divine masculine, because it's showing that you care about him by not only caring about yourself, but by like developing that the desire and also the action, like being willing and open to taking action to actually realizing and expanding your union with your divine masculine twin flame, no matter where you're at with that and with communicating with him. There's a deepening sense of who you are and what it is that you bring to the union that is just totally valuable. And so it's easier then for your divine masculine to see that, because you feel your worth. And look how she's like on top of the water, and you know, this look like dolphins are like super into it and just radiating, and tender-hearted. So it's a time of allowing that like tender-heartedness to show. And remember, when you open up and are able to be your true self, it's also easier for the divine masculine to do the same, and then for your energies to complement each other in a way that feels really good and supportive for both of you. So let's move on to the divine masculine. Yeah, we have really beautiful crystal here. And dun dun dun. Okay, so we have the King of Fire, motivational, idealistic, ambitious, charismatic, focus, 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 communicate with vision, and be a leader. Advice from someone creative. So you doing your thing over here that we just talked about is really amping up the ability of the divine masculine to do his thing over here. And so it might look like the divine masculine, of course, is leading, but he's leading because his divine feminine is also claiming her own leadership in her life, being the queen. Essentially, she's claiming that she's the queen in her reality, and if she's the queen in her reality, then she's attracting her king. And he is just very vision oriented, and he's taking action towards his vision. And his vision is about your union, but it's also about the part that he's given from the divine, right? Like his unique vision and what he's bringing to your union. And so it's deepening into that, and that also means your life purpose is in a deeper state of being realized in some way between the both of you. There's just the ability to be able to actually in some way manifest, being able to give more of your purpose from your core, from the place that it's the most authentic. So there's some kind of block being cleared there. And advice from someone creative, right? And who's that creative advice coming from? It's coming from the divine feminine. But even if you're not talking to your divine masculine, it's still coming through in your heart. So don't ever stop that communication flow. Also don't force it, but the flow is always happening within. Your twin flame is never apart from you or outside of you. And so again, you doing what you're doing over here is allowing him to receive intuitively what it is that he can really behold and give creatively in a more structured way. And this really plays out in your harmonizing further into your union as well. So yeah, that feels complete, sounds and feels complete. This card's upside down, and we have the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, and be a team player. 3 of Earth. This is a nice grounding card. We have a good mix of elements going on in this reading, so that's really nice. It's pretty balanced. It's a little more on the emotional side with the Divine Feminine, and so that even signifies more to me that she might be focusing on in some way cultivating her home space and healing emotions around home and domesticity. And again, like, this healing is really deep and potent. And so it's taking the Divine Masculine to a whole new level with his ability to give what he's really meant to give creatively. And he's being recognized for it. And when his gift is received, he feels really good. And when he feels really good, you both feel really good. So, and if that's, not how you're feeling, then, please heal that, because that's really how it does feel in truth. It feels really good and loving whenever your twin flame is being received and loved. That's also love that you can feel in your heart of hearts too, and share together. So it's really cool. But yeah, so, and being a team player, so it's also just like going deeper with a sense of community, and this came up for the Divine Feminine too in the very first card. So a sense of being one and receiving, having her needs met by those around her as well as within. And so same thing over here, except for here we have a different kind of a need being met, which is that recognition and support. So yeah, that feels really, really supportive. And then we have, without further ado, the middle card, and nice crystal there, and yellow jasper. We have some control issues. So it says, utilize your God-given strength and power instead of fearing that others may try to control you. Yeah, no, this is actually a really great card, and it's actually just a reminder that you can't be controlled, and that the truth that you feel within is indeed leading you deeper into truth. So, of course, sometimes we think we're right about something, and it's revealed to us that we're, need to move in a different direction or whatever it may be. But that doesn't mean that you should ever doubt your what you feel at the core, right? I mean, you may have blocks actually that are keeping you from your true feelings, or maybe misdirecting the focus of your feelings and so forth. But God-given strength and power. So power comes from peace. And so when you really tap into that peaceful state, you will realize that nothing is capable of controlling you. And so the power of this card really comes in shedding that belief, and then that's like a huge investment into your union, and in merging that more emotional needs being met with the creative expression and kind of material stuff coming from both material stuff. Yeah. So the more material world is present really in both cards. So yeah, it's also about that. It's about not fearing somehow being controlled by by the material world through other people. So if there's some kind of issue coming up for you around that in one way or another, then just know that this is a positive message and just a way for you to reaffirm the choice that you can make or that you have already made to just utilize your own power and to claim what is truly yours and to move forward in peace. And nothing can stop you, right? No one's gonna throw you off of what is yours. And if you experience that it's an illusion and it's something that it's just because you're holding on to a belief so strongly that that can happen, that you could experience the illusion to heal the belief. And once the belief is healed, then your reality will shift. Of course, the disclaimer is, this is all for entertainment purposes, but that's what I've got for this reading. And it feels complete. I feel like there's just something else here with the yellow with Jasper too. Jasper is very related to life purpose. That's what it is. Like super life purpose, and has to do with money too. And so again, those material issues. So there's something here where your life purpose meets this idea where you could be controlled by other people in the material world. And so if it feels like there's any kind of a conflict between these two things, anything having to do with your life purpose, the material world, and receiving basically money, but could be other things too, then just go right into that place at your core, and you can use the mirror exercise and heal that upset and love yourself there, right? Make a new choice to just act from a place of peace and to release control. And that's it. That's the whole reading. So I hope you enjoyed it. I have links below if you would like further resources, and the book that I've linked has the mirror exercise in it, and Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. And I also have links for readings and other great services. And subscribe to my channel, right, if you want to see more readings. I do them pretty much every day. So hope you enjoyed this. Have a wonderful day or evening ahead. And be well and enjoy that deepening peace into your twin flame union. Bye.